Welcome back to Bailiwick Guernsey Shipwreck. Today we're going to be diving a reef called Grosse Ferriere. Now this is a new one for me because I don't think I've ever dived here before. I've dived along the side of it called Parfond, but never this one. As with a lot of new places we dive, we don't really know what to expect. We know it's going to be rocky, but we're not quite sure how rocky or what sort of life we're going to see. Especially at this time of year. It's not really the best time to go adventuring, but on the reefs where there's seaweed and the shallow dive, it definitely is. So let's go. Check this out, loads of soft corals. Plenty of different type here. I don't know the names of all of them, but I know this would probably be an area of quite a bit of tide. So there's a hole under the rock there and it probably funnels the tide through here. That's why there's an abundance just in this area. You can see there's a mermaid's purse here or a nurse hound shark egg sac, and there's a little hole in it as well, so makes me think whatever was in there has eaten its way out and been born. First thing that I think of when diving in this location is the fact that these boulders are absolutely massive. Don't know how much they'd weigh, 50, 100 tons each, but all stacked on top of each other, forming staggered holes and loads of funnels for water to come through. At this time of year there's not many fish, and to be honest we're not actually that deep at 14.7 metres either. Check my head, 200 bar, got plenty of time to explore around. As usual we have like a catch-22, so I want to put my lights on for the close shots to bring out the colour, but at the same time it's very dusty, so I need to choose when I turn the lights on and off. I'm checking under all these big boulders because it's ideal places for lobsters and crayfish to hide in amongst. And also, you know, potentially there could be a conger or a large bullhead or something like that hiding away. It's actually quite exciting swimming through these boulders and through the small gaps. Plenty of little swim throughs. Well, that one might be a bit too tight for me. But there is plenty of places where you can just nip through. Makes the dive a bit more exciting. Some elephant hide. This all seems to be covered in a fine layer of dust at the moment. One thing these rocks do is create hangovers or parts that's quite shaded from the sun. It's ideal for finding small dueling enemies. You can see a load of them at the moment, but they're all retracted back. Some staghorn coral. And these Red Sea fingers are a lot more common in the Channel Islands. In the UK you seem to get a lot more dead man's fingers. There you go, it's come for a nice little swim through. See what I mean here? There's a lot of locations where it's kind of perfect for dueling enemies, almost cave-like. None of these boulders seem to be attached to the floor, all stacked up on top of each other. I wouldn't recommend swimming through some of these because they are pretty tight. Check out the collars. So they grow in sort of bands. It almost looks like bands of collars or areas of collars, almost as if someone's chucked a pot of paint down of different collars and it's just bled out. These are because what they happen with them is they divide themselves. So basically it's almost like a wall there, and they're dividing. It's an edible sea urchin covered in a bit of weed. These come in different colours as well. This one seems to be banded. I've seen ones in bright blue and also bright pink. This one seems to be green with brownish bands. Pretty big as well. I've seen bigger, but that one's a decent sized one. I can hear Matt above me. I can just hear the engine. It's always reassuring. Notice the seabed's changed now. We haven't changed depth, but what's happened is the larger boulders have given way to more sandy areas with smaller boulders, and there's different types of seaweed now. Not quite sure if we should go any further or we should just turn around and head back. I kind of prefer looking through the boulders. I think I'll swim around the other side and check the film, maybe head back the way we came. like Phil's found something. Let's go and check it out. Oh, cool. Loads and loads of jewel anemones of different sizes and different colours. See what I mean by it's bands of different colours? Look at the pink ones underneath this. Thousands of them. Particularly like the pink ones. I mean, a lot of them are retracted, so they're not feeding, but still really nice to look at. It's perfect environment for it. It's nice and dark around here, and they're stuck to the underside, so they don't get any dust falling on top of them. It's the same, you can see them on the vertical sides as well. I'm sure this is so the dust and the silt doesn't sit on them. There's a lot underneath, all different colours. And then try and swim in reverse. It's actually quite hard to do, to be honest. But we're out. One of the benefits of diving around this area this time of year is all the weed. All the kelp has actually died back a little bit, looking a bit sorry for itself. It's getting ready for the next bloom of sun. I'm sure in a couple of months' time this will look completely different. Looks like we're going to go for a swim through this part. It's pretty small, but Phil's managed it, so I should be able to manage it. Mind you, Phil's not 6'2" and 17 stone, so we'll give it a go. Yeah, it's pretty tight. I'm stuck. My tank's hitting the rocks. We're through. We're safe. Plenty of vertical cracks on all these rocks and all this pink stuff. I think that's coralline algae. And I think the yellow one there is a yellow staghorn sponge, which is probably, I'd say it's probably the most popular one around here in high tide areas. Can't believe we haven't seen more fish. Normally you see wrasse everywhere. We've seen one male cuckoo wrasse and a couple of small ballan wrasse. Here's another sea urchin holding on. Quite like the feel of this area. It's almost like the bells of a ship going back up to the surface. Nice pointy bits of rock. Something to look at. Every corner you go around, there's always something new to look at. It's amazing how bland and cold it feels when you turn the lights off. Just checking everything's alright with Phil, but he's not looking my way. 160 bar. Still got 95 minutes of no decompression time down here. Just check with Phil because I'm starting to feel a little bit cold, to be honest. It might look cold, it probably is actually pretty cold. I think 10 degrees on my computer. It's amazing the mind. If it looks cold, you actually start getting cold as well. So one thing we don't want to be doing is getting cold. Oh, there's some wrasse. First few wrasse I've seen. These are female cuckoo wrasse, the light brown ones with the two black dots. And plenty more jewel anemones. although it's quite flat and smooth on the surface and Matt could probably see our bubbles, we're going to send our delayed up. After all, we did say after about 15-20 minutes we'll send our delayed up. It's not really for us, it's more for Matt, the comfort of Matt. Matt know exactly where we are from the surface. Believe me, when you see that break the surface, if you're doing the boat, you're quite relieved to see it. That's weird, it went from 95 minutes to 54 minutes, pretty quick then. Don't know what happened there.
Yeah, they're well in the reefs up here. Well, they're delayed up now. They've been swimming along here, along the reef, along there, and then they come back again to here. Yeah, shouldn't be too bad. You wouldn't want to do this in the summer. I reckon the seaweed here will be pretty bad. They'll be up in a minute.
We're going to explore for a few more minutes and then we'll start making our way back up to the surface. With the sandier bottom now, I'm going to check under some of these larger rocks because this is probably the ideal areas you'd get some lobsters under the rocks. Take a look at this, nice soft sand. Can't really tell on the camera, but it's probably about 45 degrees, so it's banked up against the reef. Almost looks like it's been spilt in from the top and just cascaded back down. So we know there's normally seals in this area. That dead ormer we seen before, you know, potentially that was eaten by a seal. There was gouge marks on the shell, which probably meant that, you know, potentially it was in a seal's mouth. Check all these out. Look, dead limpets. It's quite weird that, because I don't normally see things like that. Something's been feeding on them. It's their dustbin. Check up there, look, there's a bit of rope. This is a pot, so we did actually see a crab pot on the surface. So now Phil said he's delayed up, we'll always stay on the left hand side of this. There is larger pollocks that I just catch out the corner of my eye swimming through in the shallows. They're just too far away to film. It's a little harder for us to figure out how far we've swum along this reef, so with 47 minutes bottom time still left, we decide to head up. And the reason I'm going up because I feel really cold. Plenty of air left. Do our 3-minute safety stop at 5 meters. Just explaining to Phil, I've got a few seconds left. And then we're all going up to the surface. And there we go, complete. Cracking dive, loads of little swim throughs, loads of little sea anemones, sea urchins, jewel anemones. Now Matt's gone in, you can just see his bubbles here. That's Parfond. And that is that Grosse Ferriere, I think, that one? Let's have a look.
Yeah. Ferriere.
Yeah, Grosse Ferriere. That was good, eh?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some little swim throughs or I got trapped.
Plenty of big overhangs. Yeah.
Big old boulders.
Absolute blast.
Surprised we didn't see any seals, to be honest.
Well, I was expecting something to jump
Pop
out
up.
of that.
Here's Matt. He's coming back up to the surface.
Yeah.
Why is he back to the surface?
Don't quite run out.
Oh, no.
On that note, we must be heading home now. Thanks for coming along on another dive. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next tide.